Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, good morning. It's go time. Another market open stream. And today I'm going to cover why I think it is go time for Bitcoin and possibly for an entire crypto market cap. A lot of exciting things happening. So, let's get started. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media, check out CryptosRUs.com, and follow the brand new CryptosRUs Clips channel. Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you guys are doing splendid this fabulous morning. Bitcoin is above 30,000 once again. 30,000, almost 500. Looking like it wants to push past this morning. A lot of excitement. A lot of altcoins are heading higher too, so you can't complain so far. But you know what? It's not just crypto and Bitcoin. Look at the entire market right now. Futures market for Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, all up significantly, so that's good. Oh, by the way, breaking news. Starbucks will exit Russia after 15 years. So they're following the same footsteps as McDonald's. They're closing down all their chains. They're never going to come back. Wow. Big statement. Not nearly as big as McDonald's. McDonald's, it was like 600, 700 restaurants they're closing down. Or they're not closing down. They're trying to sell off. I'm guessing Starbucks will try to do the same thing. But anyways, today looking pretty good so far. Now, U.S. market had a little bit of a scare because last Friday, S&P 500 was set to close in bear market territory, negative 20%. But at the last hour, it came right back up, avoiding it, which to me shows that Wall Street doesn't believe that things are going to be as bad as they seem. Okay, there's a lot of people that think we're going to deep recession, but now more and more people are thinking, no, maybe we just have some economic slowness. Doesn't mean that we go in deep recession, which is why people started buying the bottom. Right at that negative 20% point, people start picking up cheap stocks, right? And it's the same thing with crypto. The holders, the long-term holders, continue to buy cheap Bitcoin, cheap sats, cheap ETH, cheap whatever, right? And that's the right way to do it. That's the right way to do it. But right now, looking pretty good. There are a couple big news. One, geopolitical news that has nothing to do with crypto, but I think is important to bring up, is that President Biden, while in Japan, was asked about whether or not the U.S. would defend Taiwan. And he said yes, not only defend them, but use military forces. So this is the first time, I believe, where the U.S. president said that they would use military forces to defend Taiwan. And, of course, I think he probably said this because a lot of people feel the U.S. is too weak right now because they didn't defend Ukraine. But, obviously, China does not like this. China is going ape, you-know-what, over this statement. So I don't know if this, hopefully this doesn't lead anywhere, doesn't lead to World War III, but I think it's pretty important to mention. Now, the reason why the U.S. may want to defend Taiwan using military forces is because Taiwan holds the one company that everyone is looking at, TSMC, which produces all the semiconductor chips, like all the chips from NVIDIA, from AMD, okay? Intel has their own, but car manufacturers, there's so many semiconductor chips that's being created in Taiwan. So the fear is if China takes over, that they could just cut off the U.S. and we would go into the Stone Ages, right? So that's the reason, I think. But anyways, a little geopoliticalness this morning. Christine Lagarde says crypto is worth nothing. That's that's not a surprise. I don't know if that's not a surprise or is a surprise. I don't know how, because she in the past has said, I believe, to paraphrase her, she said that crypto does serve a purpose, But now she's saying it's worth nothing because it's not backed by anything. And someone made a comment to her about how they lost 7,000 euros after buying Cardano. And she says that hurts. So first of all, I don't know who this audience member is. And second of all, if they didn't panic sell, they didn't lose anything, okay? But anyways, she still maintains that the crypto market or all crypto is worth nothing, which I, of course, disagree with. And she is also leading the European Central Bank right now with no rate hikes, which is why the euro has fallen. I think it's a 1-to-1 ratio with the USD now. That's how much it has fallen because of it. But anyways, just to throw that out there, I disagree with this statement. What else is there? Tether, $10 billion worth of USDT has been withdrawn from Tether due to UST fears. People just don't trust stable coins like they used to. Okay, I think people still misunderstand the difference between algorithmic stablecoin and fiat-backed stablecoin. But in this case, I understand because Tether is different. Tether has always had this cloud of doubt and uncertainty around it for good reason, because Tether wasn't created by iFinix, the parent company in Bitfinex. And Bitfinex has shown that they are not trustworthy, and whenever they need cash, they come out with a new coin. That's why Tether was created. And Tether was actually the second coin they created. They had some kind of hack before, so they had to reimburse people with some new age coin. I don't even know what the name. I don't know if it was ever traded or what. But they then needed more money, so they then created Tether. And then after Tether, they needed even more money, which is why they created Leo. Okay, so I could see how Tether is different, even though they're supposed to be fiat-backed, which their CFO came out and said they have $80 billion of cash that's ready to be, distributed if necessary. Everyone doubts that statement. Okay, so $10 billion so far, okay. But if this continues on, hopefully there's no bank run on Tether. If this goes to 20 billion, 30 billion, 40 billion, 50 billion, are they going to have cash to pay out? We all hope they better, because if they don't, Tether's crash will be 10 times worse than UST's crash. All right, so just keep that in mind. But a lot of people are very, very, very scared of stablecoins right now. Gary Gensler and others are talking about, piling on regulations because of it, unfortunately, with the collapse of UST. But we will see. We will see what comes of it. All right. Now, what else is there? There's not a whole lot today, but game time, go time for Bitcoin. So I do have some good metrics to show you guys right before market bell rings. Here's one. This is not a surprise, and I've shown variations of this in the past. Supply of Bitcoin that has not moved in over 1 year, okay? And it's at all-time high, 65.4%, right? This is measuring holders. Any holder that's been holding Bitcoin for any amount of Bitcoin over 1 year, right, is at an all-time high. All-time high. And here's the thing. When you look at these periods before, when it was at all-time high, like 2016, okay, 2020, those periods before, they marked the bottom too. They were basically at a point where Bitcoin was not moving. People gave up on it, but the holders continued to buy and DCA, and they marked bottom periods. And that is what we're seeing right now. We formed a new high. We've been stuck at this, 28, 29, 30,000 for months upon months now, right? So it makes sense. We're forming that base. We're regrouping. We're consolidating. And we're waiting for the next leg up. And this shows we're right there. We're right there. And it shows how strong holders are. All right. So we're at an all-time high for holders. This one is the one I used in the thumbnail. So if you look at just very easily, you look at RSI, weekly RSI, right? So this person made it obviously really easy to recognize, ready, set, go. But obviously the lower the RSI drops, the more oversold Bitcoin is, and more likely it's going to turn. And if you look at right now, RSI, weekly RSI has dropped pretty darn low. Pretty darn low. In fact, so low, it's the same level as the COVID crash in 2020. That's how low. Despite Bitcoin being almost 10 times higher than that COVID crash period, but we have come down for 8 straight weeks. And we are at that same oversold level. And we know what happened last time we hit that level in 2020, right? So again, does this show we're go time? We finally found a bottom, right? Yes, I do think so. I think it's go time for Bitcoin, especially this week. I just mentioned 8 straight weeks of downs. Are we going to make it a 9th week? I don't think so. All right, 8:30. Good morning. I didn't mean to say good morning. I meant to say market bell. Market opens. I don't know why I said that, but it's okay. We'll see what happens when this refreshes, but it should be in the green. So we'll see. Okay. So besides this also shows that the corrections, every correction has been getting less severe. 2015 is 90%, 2019 is 80%, 2020 is 70%, and right now we're seeing a 60%, right? So I think this is important because people always ask me, hey, if the whales continue to buy OTC and sell on spot, they can manipulate the market forever, right? And you look at Wall Street, you look at stocks, they're still being manipulated. It's not like that ever goes away, but as the underlying asset gets bigger and more expensive, it's harder to manipulate, right? Which is why the percent drops make sense. It's getting less severe every single time. There will still be drops. There's no doubt about it. But it's getting less and less severe because there's more and more holders. The dollar amount for Bitcoin is higher and higher. So it takes so much more money to manipulate like before, and it's just really hard to do. And as Bitcoin continues to climb, we will see less and less volatility and more stability, which also, takes some of the fun away, but that's why we want to be in early. We want to catch the waves, the crazy waves that we have seen before, right? So kind of shows you, puts things in perspective. And also, here's another one, marking previous waves, okay? Elliott waves, and you look at previous tops and previous bottoms, and it looks like every single time before we have a big breakout, there's like a fake out dip right under support, and guess what happened? We just had that happen. Okay, so again, are we entering the 5th wave of the Elliott wave, which will put Bitcoin at a new high, right? Put on a path to form a new high, maybe. Remember, I've been saying we're in a bear trend within a bull market. I still honestly believe that. I think the bear trend is caused obviously due to what's going on geopolitically and macro factors, but Bitcoin itself is only getting stronger. Every single major metric is on the uprise, which is what I'm paying attention to. The fundamentals of Bitcoin continue to get stronger. So anyways, so those are things that show that Bitcoin is ready to go. Go. And in terms of adoption, still happening. Here's a major luxury brand, Balenciaga. I think that's how you say it. I have a pair of their shoes, even though I don't know how to pronounce them. But you know what? Their flagship store in New York is going to accept Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it's still, adoption is also still growing. All the major brands and countries and companies, they're all still trying to get in, which shows how early the space is. And even GameStop GameStop launches their self-custodial crypto wallet. So they have launched their own crypto wallet where you can store their NFTs, even though the NFTs are not out yet, but it's supposed to be out sometime in second quarter, I believe in July. So they're pre-releasing the crypto wallet just in case you want to buy some of their NFTs. so yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, and lastly, gotta talk a little bit about Luna. I don't know why I just refreshed to Luna, but people are sick of hearing it. I know, but Do Kwon added some I don't know. He suppressed the fire a little bit with this tweet. To clarify, I noted multiple times I don't think sending tokens to this address to burn tokens is a good idea. Nothing happens except that you lose your tokens. Want there to be no confusion whatsoever. So basically, people asked him for a burn address. He gave it. He didn't want to. He gave it. And now he's seeing the number of Luna being sent there increasing to almost 300 million. And then he's saying, no, don't do it because you're stupid if you do so. Rather than say, rather than say something positive like, yeah, I noticed you guys are sending it, just note that nothing really happens, but I appreciate that gesture. I know what you guys are feeling. I know you guys don't want this. I don't know. Say something positive rather than saying, okay, everyone that's sending it are stupid. I mean, that's how I interpret that. So, I mean, that's it. And then as for the number of Luna tokens being sent to the burn address has slowed down dramatically. After 260 last night has gone up only like 18 million since then. This is like nothing. Like I said, a drop in a bucket, a drop in the ocean basically. So this doesn't solve any of their issues. And their proposal is still ongoing, still mostly yes. We still have time where majority of this could vote no or vote no with veto or whatever, or abstain. But as of right now, it's still 66% yes. So that's it. All right, that's good. Let's get this back to Bitcoin. I don't know how that refreshed. All right, let's do some Q&A. Valerie, super chat. Can you make a shirt that says I am Jordan on the front and we are all Jordan on the back? I have variations of that, but I certainly can. But I appreciate a super chat. What else did I miss? Do you think it's too late to get a step in? No. I think it's a project I would stay away from. I don't there's something about that project I don't like, and the business model of buying NFT shoes just to be able to use the app and it's limited in terms of your usage. I don't like that project. I don't. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Jeff Hammer, hey, always appreciate the support. Is it easy to DCA in a bull market? I'm new. Okay, true DCA, two ways. You do it on a schedule, so it doesn't matter if it's if it's going down or up. Another way to DCA is to buy the dip, which you set a certain percentage. Like if things are dropping a certain percentage, then you buy, right? And if you're doing that right and you load it up when things are low, then you shouldn't have to DCA on the way up, right? Because you already accumulate as much as you need to. And then you ride the wave upwards until we get a new top, you start taking profits, and you repeat the pattern. But most people don't do that. So, yeah, so there's a couple ways to do it. Super Google, I still have 1 billion Luna, post-attack, give or take. Should I vote no? I mean, it's up to you. It's what you decide. I mean, I don't like the fork idea, but at this point, it seems like it's going to get pushed through still. So even with your vote, I don't know if it's going to help. But, yeah, I just think that, try to save the existing coin, the existing chain makes more sense. I don't know. That's just me. Do you think She will jump this week? I read a story how there may be a collaboration with Red Bull with Sheep. If that comes out, I think it will help them tremendously. They have been oversold as well, so maybe. Joe Lamas, thoughts on value averaging? Article in Wall Street Journal this weekend claimed the best of both worlds, DCA and buy the dip, particularly for down markets. I mean, yeah, I never heard of that term value averaging, but you could certainly do that. I have done that. I'm sure many people have. DCA on a schedule, and then you could also buy the dip. But some argue that you could just buy the dip and not DCA and do just fine as well, which is true. I guess it just depends on how disciplined you are, really. Malu Discovery TV. Did it open in green? I'm pretty sure open in green. Except NASDAQ. I take that back. So Dow's 257, S&P's 19, barely avoiding a bear market, and the NASDAQ has opened red. But, I will say this. We have seen, even though there's been a couple of days where the U.S. markets have sold off tremendously, Bitcoin has held at 28,000. It has not gone down below it. So that also makes me think that it has found that bottom and is ready to go. So that decoupling that people are waiting for could be already here. I mean, to some extent. It's not completely decoupled. When are you going to come to New Zealand? Wow. That's actually a country I never considered. But maybe I'll look into it. Is Flow goodbye? I like Flow. I think they have a lot of potential. Excluding BTC and ETH, what's your favorite project in token economics? Probably like BNB right now. BNB has a set supply and they are burning aggressively. They go burn to half. What is BNB right now? They're trying to get the circulating supply down to 100 million. So that's something else that's helping. And you know what else I've noticed? In terms of exchange tokens, I've noticed yesterday how strong KuCoin is. KuCoin is sitting at number 41, and they go through periods where they're really strong and weak. But if you look at the recovery back to their previous high, they're not that far off. Their previous high was like 28, and they're at 17, right? If you look at that percentage, it's way better than a lot of the other coins out there. So exchange tokens are, they're slow moving during like really bullish times, but during bear times or correction times, they hold up pretty well because exchanges are doing just fine. And KuCoin has been getting stronger. So KuCoin is, KCS is showing a lot of strength now too. Just to throw it out there. But I like BNB a lot. Elkin, thank you. When is the merch coming out? I already have merch. It's below the live chat. You may not see if you had an ad blocker, but it's there already. Near good to get now. Near, they've been oversold. They are oversold, but the reason being is because they have their algorithmic stablecoin that people are worried about. So that's the only thing I worry about. But you can see last 30 days down almost 60%. Is mostly because of fear of, something bad happening to them. So I still think they could pull it out, but I don't know where their stable coin is, whether or not it's stable. Let's see. USN. Yeah, so far it's pretty stable. So, but I think the fear is due to their stable coin. Are we all going to get the airdrop from Luna on Binance? I don't know. CZ didn't say he's supporting it. I don't know. What will happen with the value of ETH after the merge? It's anyone's guess. It's gonna be good for Ethereum. It's a step in the right direction, but whether or not it's going to pump up to the moon, which is what you're trying to ask, I don't know. Is it confirmed that Andre rejoined Phantom? No, it's not. It's not confirmed. But more and more people are looking at the fact that he's helping, he's committing on GitHub, and there's a lot of transactions between his wallet and Binance on FTM, so people are just connecting the dots. Maybe he's not back officially, but unofficially, it seems like he's doing something. If you're worried about stablecoins spread across different ones, yes, I do that too, but the main one I trust is USDC because they're in the US and backed by Circle and Coinbase. But BAUSD is created by Paxos, backed 1-to-1. Tether supposedly backed 1-to-1, although I don't think so. So they're the fishiest. DAI is algorithmic stablecoin from Maker. I don't trust them either that much. So Adrian, appreciate that. What is ETH merge people are talking about? Ethereum is moving to proof of stake. Okay, so there's a beacon chain that's already up and running that you can stake, but you can't withdraw. And there's the normal chain right now. So the two will be merging in August, and everything will be moving to proof of stake. Will we see another Luna crash with Tron and USDD? Well, the smart thing that I heard Justin say recently was that his goal for USDD was about 1 to 2 billion. So I think because he's trying to be careful too. So algorithmic stablecoin makers probably are very, very wary, right? They don't want a bank run situation to happen. So if it gets too big, they'll probably try to shut it down or at least curb demand. So the answer is as long as they keep it within reason, keep it lower than UST, which was closing in at 19 billion. So then it should not be the same. Should not be the same. So is that the end of ETH mining then? Yes. Standard Twitch, man. You must be really new. That's been talked about for over a year. But yes, ETH mining will stop, and it's just become staking. All right. Let's see here. Well, NASDAQ flipped into green again. I think this week could be very good for U.S. markets. Last week was horrendous. We just avoided bear market with S&P. I think there's a reason for that. Reason why we avoided, because traders are buying the dip, right? And Bitcoiners are buying the dip. We're at 30,500. Let's see. Let's see if we can break through. We haven't been able to break through 31.6 in a while, since early mid-May, right? Let's see if we can break through that again. We've been stuck under for a while ever since we fell down to 25,000. But if we break through that, then maybe 38,000 is right around the corner. Maybe by the end of the week, it's go time. It's go time. All right, smash it a like, subscribe to the channel, and tune in tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll check you out. I'll see you guys there. There'll be more things to discuss. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.